Well, good evening again, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this phenomenal meal served by our team at Bacchus. I think they deserve a round of applause. It was pretty special. And thank you. I was at our table and I was talking to my table mates and I said, can you imagine this event without Joe Belanger and everyone else who was playing the music? I could not. I truly could not. And a lot of the songs were so reminiscent of what has happened here at Bacchus on the stage for many, many years. And if these walls could talk, they would reverberate a lot of the songs that you played this evening in musicals that happened right here on the stage of Bacchus. So thank you for bringing that back to life, and thank you for the memories created here this evening. Thank you. My name is Shawn Mason. I am a board member of the Chamber Board, one of 12 incredibly dedicated board members who are wanting to revitalize the Chamber, bring it back to life, along with so many others, including our membership and two very special, talented people by the names of Shannon and Sarah. Prior to this meeting tonight, Shannon Arnold, our administrative leader, held a State of the Chamber address in room 101. It wasn't a large turnout. In fact, it was just a very small handful of people that came to listen to the highlights of the Chamber's progress over the last year. They received the financials of the Chamber, which is very intimate information because we worked hard to reestablish the financial integrity of the Chamber. It hasn't been even 2 years ago, in April of 2022, when a group of people, some of you sitting in this room, gathered at Ballon's iSpace upstairs to rescind a motion to dissolve the Chamber of Commerce. And it was an overwhelming majority. And so, here we are. Almost 2 years later, incredible progress has been made. I have a friend who's in the digital world, and he said, Shawn, it's not so much about perfection, it's about progress. Progress, not perfection. And progress we have made. And we'll get closer to perfection as time goes on, and you as our members give us input on the direction that we should take. I want to just give you a few highlights of how this year went. We had increased visibility for our members. You've seen it, Walkabout Wednesdays. Have you seen that? Raise your hand if you've seen Walkabout Wednesdays. On social media, engagement's been crazy. Things have gone viral. All to showcase our members. Our marketing initiatives have been expanded. We have closer, more positive one-on-one relationships with our members, our businesses, our nonprofit organizations, whom we represent. We've conducted numerous business and community events, all based upon the input of our membership. That first year after that vote to rescind dissolving of the membership, we worked hard to establish financial integrity of the Chamber, and that we did. And then after that, we reached out to our members and we said, what are your priorities? And that's the action that was taken by the board of directors and by staff. Our membership has grown. It's grown faster than I've ever seen, and I've been around a long time with the Chamber, off and on, throughout the years. Membership has grown 35 new members just within this short period of time of revitalization. That's a big feat. Our financial stability has grown. Those who are in the State of the Chamber address have copies of the financials. If you're a Chamber member and you'd like copies of those financials, just let Shannon or Sarah know that. It shows how we regained our strength. The board of directors, when we first 2 years ago, was supposed to be 12 members. We only had 6. And four of them were active. Those 4 stayed on. They said, we want to see this through. We want to rebuild the chamber. They were joined by 8 other new members. They're knocking it out of the park, along with Shannon and Sarah. So overall, we've gained organizational stability. We're working on a lot of projects, but I want to tell you about one. It's the Area Resource Guide. It's a digital version and also a published version of all things good about the areas we represent, all pulled in together into one easy to read, easy to digest guide to our area on all things that are important. Here's the cool thing, and I don't ever remember this happening during my time. Callie, I don't know if you remember happening during your time, but the city of International Falls, the city of Rainier, the Koochiching County Board of Commissioners, the city of Little Fork, and the city of Big Falls, I got goosies, are all collaborating to make this happen with the International Falls Area Chamber of Commerce. And I couldn't be prouder. That is a testament to the work that's been done by Sarah and Shannon. Tonight's a special night. The main purpose for this evening is to celebrate those businesses that deserve some recognition and a special Citizen of the Year. But before we go on, I do want to recognize our board members. A few of them are out on tropical vacations that they have booked many months in advance. But I do want to recognize those who are there this evening, who are here with us. Kayla from American, could you please stand? Kayla, where are you? You're over there? Thank you, Kayla. Shannon is one of our board members. I know she's here, of course, this evening. Callie Briggs, one of our board members and past president of the Chamber for many, many years. Callie, where are you? Aaron Schuff. Aaron, where are you? Awesome. Aaron was one of the board members who was there during tough times. And I remember him saying at a board meeting, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere until we revitalize this chamber. It really gave me goosies. He's a strong young man, and we're lucky to have him on the board. Brian Rossi from Rain Lake Medical Center. Where are you, Brian? This guy is a financial genius. We need that on our board. And then Roxanne Spreckle, where are you, from Slumberland? Oh, Rockstar board member, here to help, always available to help anytime. And speaking of that, Roxanne, thank you to you and your husband, Dominic, and then also Callie, and to who else helped with our check-in? Chris Lasla from Border Bank. Thank you so much, Chris, for helping this evening. Before we get on to the very special awards this evening, the board of directors and I'm one of the board members, just a little one. Everyone else is a rock star. We all got together, and we want to do something special for Shannon and Sarah. And if you didn't know that, they're sisters, and they're not full time. They're each like part time, but truly they put in full time hours. And Borderland Humane Society, you are a nonprofit, so you know how that goes. You get contracted for a certain amount of time, but most of the people that are working for the organization are volunteers. And if you are paid, you're working way beyond what you should be working, right? I mean, isn't that just the life of a nonprofit organization? And that is the life of Shannon Arnold and Sarah Smith, whom we lovingly call the Chamber Sisters. These gals are tired. Very tired. They run and they run and they run. And they wake up in the middle of the night and they think about something about the chamber, something they may have forgot. and they take care of their families. They're doing so much more than just chamber work, but they care about the community. They're doing all kinds of things. And so the board said, let's do something special for them at the gala. Let's give them some things to help them relax. So we went to our large business of the year, Rainy Lake Pharmacy, which is part of Rainy Lake Medical Center. I love our large business of the year. So each of these gals are going to get warmies. They're snuggable, huggable, lovable. They're lavender scented. They're warm, or you can freeze them too. And they'll help you sleep, Sarah and Shannon. I know you have trouble sleeping. We've talked about this at the Elks Lodge. And if that doesn't work, we also found at our large business of the year calming oils, relaxing calming oils. And you put them on this stone. It's a protective stone. You just drop the oils in and it just comes up through the atmosphere, and it'll make you fall asleep, according to this. And if that's not enough, Rainy Lake Pharmacy, but wait, there's more, has these awesome, I buy these for my daughter. She loves these. They're made by Ollie. They're melatonin gummies. Oh, for some people, they're really, really good and they work. For some people. And for others, where it doesn't work, you just go on down Highway 53 to our small business of the year, and you get yourself some other kind of gummies. Oh yeah, baby. You get yourself some Delta 9 THC gummies. So if that melatonin doesn't work, ladies, you just use these. And if that doesn't work, you just go on over to one of the most awesome, incredible grocery stores that also has an incredible liquor store. We celebrated their grand opening, and they're here this evening. Joe Truman and his group from Miners. You go to the liquor store, and this will take the edge off. I'll tell you, it will take the edge off. Fireball and Jägermeister. That'll help, right, Joe? That should do the trick. But truly, the board of directors wants you all to relax with a very special 1-hour massage from one of our incredible members, Megan Bowe, the professional massage therapist. So ladies, Shannon, Sarah, you are treated by the board of directors for 1 hour with Megan Bowe. Miss Shannon, this one's
party at Sean's later.
There's yours. Yours are all unwrapped. And hers and Shannon, yours are all wrapped really nice. I'm Sarah. Sarah. Sorry. Our mom. Shannon, Sarah. Shannon, Sarah. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, ladies, for your great work.
Thank you, board.
All right, those gals really deserve the recognition because, as Aaron Schuff said at a board meeting, Aaron, what was that what you said at a board meeting? You said the reason the chamber is making the progress that it's making is he pointed over to Shannon and Sarah, these two young ladies are really captaining the ship, and that they are. We're their shipmates, we're the Gilligans, but they are truly the captains. So thank you, ladies. All right. Yes, absolutely. They deserve it. Absolutely. Let's move along to our awards presentation for this evening, beginning with our nonprofit of the year, Borderland Humane Society. And here to present the award to the Borderland Humane Society is Callie Briggs. Come forward, Callie. Callie is a very special. Callie's a very special person. And she knows nonprofits probably more than anybody else, I think, in our community. She has operated nonprofits. Nonprofits have contracted with her for her services to keep them organized and keep their financials in order. Of course, you all know, or most of you know, she was on the county board, which if you're in government, that is a nonprofit, believe it or not. And then, of course, with her leadership through the Chamber of Commerce for so many years. So it just seems so fitting that she would be the one to present the award for Nonprofit of the Year to Borderland Humane Society. So I hand this over now to Callie.
Thank you. Well, the letter that we received from Dr. Madison of Rainy River Veterinary Hospital, she stated, Borderland Humane Society, over the past few months, I have had the pleasure of working with the Borderland Humane Society. Their compassion for the unwanted and abandoned animals in our area is inspiring. They are always ready and willing to help out an animal or an owner in need. They recently held 2 spray neuter events, which resulted in 62 cats having surgery. This not only helped those animals, but their owners as well. Last year, they helped over 200 animals find their forever families. Our community is a better place for having BHS in it. So on behalf of the Chamber, you want to come forward? So on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce and my personal experience, I would like to present this award to you and congratulate you, the staff, the volunteers, and the organizations for taking on such a special way of giving animals the love, the care, and the hope that they so deserve. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Oh, a few words. Nikki wrote the speech. It's going to be a lot of words.
Go for it.
Well, first of all, I have to say this is really awesome, and I'm so glad that my whole team can be here with me. I love every second of this. And I am going to put this down. First of all, I want to introduce myself. My name is Marge Terry, and I'm the manager of the Borderland Holding Facility, the Humane Society Holding Facility. Our president, Nikki Tureen, and vice president, Betsy Loop, are unable to be here tonight, but they have prepared some words for me to relay to you. And if you know Nikki and Betsy, you know it's a lot of words. So Nikki goes on to say, as president and vice president of the board of the Humane Society, and on behalf of the rest of our board of directors, we truly want to thank the International Falls Area of Commerce and all of you here tonight for recognizing our organization and giving us the very special award. We're sorry neither of us are in town tonight, but the wonderful thing about being a part of such a close-knit team, and we are, in a caring group, is that in our absence, we have these lovely friends of ours who fill these 2 tables here tonight, willing and able to accept this award and celebrate our cause. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for awarding us Nonprofit of the Year, Chamber of Commerce. Thank you very much, and all of you who thought that was a good thing to do too. So Nikki's time with the BHS started 18 years ago. In 2006, along with one of the longtime board members who is still with us today, and that is Kathy Fluke, and she's sitting right over there. The BHS had become a nonprofit 51 years back, and in 1973 with a long history of doing good for animals, but by 2006, animals out of their home and facing having to disband the BHS unless some community members stepped up to revive it. Betsy was next to join in 2009, and around the time the BHS contracted to take over operations at the City Pound. Our current board and employees alone have dedicated over 80 cumulative years of service to the BHS. So please let me introduce to you the current BHS board. Again, I'm Marge Terry, and there's Kathy Fluke, and Michelle Elias, Cindy Story, Renee Whitback, and Mary Fries, and 2 of our very valuable and long-standing volunteers are also here with us tonight, Roland Hamley and Jim Lessard. They are amazing. Yep. Along with our newest volunteer, who takes the pictures for the BHS, Emma Reller of Northern Rose Photography. Our other employee, Alan Cady, was unable to be here tonight. It's hard to summarize the past 18 years quickly, but we can tell you that through many, and I'm going to say all the many volunteer hours, and many ups and downs, including some very sad yet very joyful animal stories, some frustrating and very emotional and painful at times, some good decision making and some bad decision making, we are, as an organization, have preserved. We've gone from not a dime to our name to building a stable financial base to ensure the BHS does not have to be plagued by financial concerns in uncertain times. We've gone from home base to getting a new holding facility in 2015 to keep homeless and or stray pets and cats safe and warm until we can get them back to their owner or find them a new forever home. We've established a sustaining partnership with the officials of the city of International Falls and Cooch County, including both groups of law enforcement, and basically we run a small business primarily off volunteerism, along with the new incredibly vital part-time employees who lovingly attend to the dogs and cats in our care. Before COVID times, we had very successful programs in the elementary school and the nursing home and did many various fundraising events. We've offered numerous spay and neuter programs, with 3 coming up in April, and it's a lot of work. And she says, on a side note, she says, you truly do not know dedication to animals until you have 30 plus smelly cats, driven them back and forth to Duluth and to coincide with our spay and neuter successes. We were incredibly proud to accept a plaque in 2023 for Best Friends, one of the largest animal welfare organizations in the U.S. I lost my place. Honoring us for being 100% no-kill, meaning every animal's life was saved. And that is amazing. We've established valuable relationships with our new local veterinarians at Rainy River Veterinary Hospital. We collaborate with KGHS Radio, the Rainy Lake Gazette, and Northern Rose Photography for pet photos, and multiple local retailers. Last but not least, we really do have the most generous donors and supporters from not only our local area, but outside of the borderland, and even in other states. It's unbelievable, it's mind-boggling. Our mission statement says it all. The BHS provides safe shelter for companion animals in transition, promotes responsible pet ownership, and improves the quality of life for animals and people. Our true ultimate hope is that there will be a day when there is not a need for a local humane society and all dogs and cats will be cared for in a loving home. Until then, thank you on behalf of all of the dogs and cats we have served and will have the privilege to serve in the future. Cheers to all of you, and especially our friends here tonight representing our humble organization, the Borderland Humane Society. Thank you.
That was a beautiful acceptance speech. Thank you so much. No, you didn't get gummies. There's no gummies in there. Sorry. There's other goodies in there, but there's no gummies. But you know where quarters is. You know, another thing about pets is how they can release your stress. They can relieve that. They can actually help you sleep, Shannon and Sarah. I know that you may not be big cat fans, but cats deliver a couple of cool things at the same time to help you sleep. One's white noise. It's like, especially if you get one that's cuddly, and they can make arrangements for that. They have cats that are hyper, that want to climb, and they have cats that just want to cuddle. And then while they're cuddling, they go. They need you like a little massage. So I'm just mentioning that as an option for you girls.
Or they lick themselves to sleep.
But anyway, cats are an option.
Thanks.
All right, our next award is for Small Business of the Year. It's for Quarters Amico. And presenting this evening for Quarters Amico is our fellow board member, Aaron Schuff, who is also a small business owner. And I see a lot of parallels with this small business, Quarters, and the one that you represent, Aaron, Sportsman Service. One of longevity, one of family partnerships, one of taking the roller coaster ride, making it through thick and thin, and just being that steadfast business that's a pillar in our community. Through thick, through thin, always there to serve our customers, our tourists, the locals, and whomever it may be. So Aaron, it is so fitting that you be the person to present Quarters Amico, the Small Business of the Year.
Well, definitely not going to top Sean's speech in any which way. But I do want to thank these two over here as well. It's been echoed tonight time and time again, but these two are great. Sarah, your marketing, your brains, you're genius. Shannon, for getting me to do things I don't want to do, like tonight, public speaking. But Small Business of the Year. I do take it to heart. We get hit time and time again, day after day, and you all know it, for donations and for community service, and it's a big thing. Matt, you guys have stood up time and time again. Sorry. Just hold it. And I want to read the letter from Sarah Letourneau of why you guys were nominated tonight for the small business. I nominate Quarters Shell Gas Station and Car Wash because during COVID, they provided over 2,000 gallons of gas to local police, first responders, teachers, and nurses. Last summer, they donated partial proceeds over the course of the summer of gas sales to Servants of Shelter to obtain the motel for their causes. Matt has donated hundreds of Shell gift cards to local businesses to help raise funds. They sponsored many sports leagues and are very proud of the teams they sponsor. Quarters has always held standard for shopping and buying local was a priority. He supports the small businesses by selling their goods in store and buying from local business to keep his shelves stocked. They treat all their customers like family. The staff will pump your gas, check your fluids, and air your tires without any question, rain or snow. So with that, I'd like you to come up and please accept this. On behalf of the Chamber, its members, and small businesses, thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's see what we can do here. The last part of it that Aaron read off goes back to 91, what started with my dad with the full service. That was kind of his niche, and a lot of you probably saw him Monday through Friday for 30 years, 30 below, 40 below, putting air in your tires and pumping your gas. I have to thank him for what he started as far as our core customers. Without that little niche, we probably wouldn't be here because we wouldn't have made it, as small as we are. But that just kept a steady flow of regular customers that appreciated the service, if you will, or they just didn't want to get cold. The situation with the gas that was given away during COVID, that was Eric Hansen's idea. He's not here anymore. He passed a year and a half ago. And we were just sitting there one day with COVID and everything was getting shut down. And we were just brainstorming, like, what can we do? What should we do? And we were one of the businesses that could stay open because of essential services, if you will. And he said, well, there's nothing we can do but just give it away. And I said, well, boy, that's not a very good idea. But then we thought about it and we're like, well, maybe. So we did. So we started with Good Sam, and then we had Kennedy Logging with Andrew Kennedy's here. He called and he said, I'll put some money in. So he put in $1,000 for gas, and then Manco Trucking called and they said, we'll donate, and they donated $1,500. And it just kind of worked around the community with little small businesses calling and say, we can help. And I think we hit 6 or 7 sectors. I'm not exactly sure. I'd have to go back and look at our notes. But it was touching because some of them don't do business with it. They just called. And we had people that one in fact, I remember a gentleman that he gets gas at the little marathon or next to us. And he came in and he said, I don't come here, but I just went there and I tried to give him $200 to kind of pay it forward. And he said they didn't know what to do with it. So they just gave it back. So he said they just came down the street and gave it to us. He said, you guys can figure out someone that'll need it. So that was touching. And we had lots of instances of that where there were people from the community. Most of them were customers, but some weren't. And they just dropped off money for you or you or you. It didn't matter. But they were just trying to figure out how to help. Mentioning Eric, there's a transition where, with his tragic death, if you will, we were in limbo. We didn't know how we were going to replace him. And we got some truck drivers that work for our trucking company that stepped up to give me time to stay at the gas station and figure out not that it was a mess, but figure out what we were going to do. So I want to thank Paul Sr. and Paul Jr., word ears over here. They picked up the slack as far as our trucking, just kept that going without, complaining or saying, I don't want to go on that trip or it's too much. They just did it. So that gave me time to spend at the store. And then fortunately, we had a gentleman walked in from Menards and he said, I'm looking for a change. And he just jumped in. His name is Rich. His daughter Sarah's here with us tonight. They're doing a fantastic job for us. So we're back on track. Everything's running smooth, and I just want to thank the employees on both our little companies for what they've done to keep us going and get us here today. We were shocked by the award, so we thank you and the chamber and whoever else voted. We appreciate that, and that's really about it. Okay.
Well, thank you, Matt. That was pretty special. Quarters, when did Quarters get established? What year exactly?
91.
Yeah.
When my dad got it.
Your dad, yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute, huh? It's incredible. Thank you. Our next award recipient is Large Business of the Year, Rainy Lake Medical Center, and here to present the award to Rainy Lake Medical Center is last year's Large Business of the Award or the Year recipient, Dave Peterson from Hardee's, the Fishmeister. Come on forward, Mr. Fishmeister.
I was attempting, I have a big mouth, by the way, so you'll be able to hear me well. First of all, congratulations to the Chamber for revitalizing this whole, that's awesome. So the large recipient of the year, Rainy Lake Medical Center, I don't think there's anybody more deserving in this town than them. It's awesome. Emily Getty wrote, I think they got a number of different nominations for the Rainy Lake Medical Center. By the way, if I say Rainy Lake Sport Fishing Club accidentally, I've been a part of that for about 40 years, so. As an employee, this is from Emily. As an employee of a thriving organization, it is an exciting time to be a part of this incredible team. RLMC has accomplished remarkable success over the past year, from announcing to build a new facility, which is going to be awesome, purchasing Rainy Lake Pharmacy, achieving another high employee engagement and satisfaction score. They're welcoming 3 new providers to their staff, which is excellent. I think some of the doctors that are there, I've been going to the Mayo Clinic for a long time, but now I go here. A lot of the services just as good. And continued involvement in our beloved community. The Rainy Lakes Medical Center staff is passionate about the community we call home and know how important it is to give back outside of working hours. As an employee, it fills me with pride to be part of such a dedicated team. Rainy Lake Medical Center's board, executives, and leaders continue to offer gratitude for the entire staff's hard work, which has been instrumental in driving accomplishments this far. With the community's continued support, Rainy Lake Medical Center is confident that the healthcare in Borderland will continue to grow and move forward. Together, we will build something incredibly remarkable, and I believe Rainy Lake Medical Center is truly deserving to be recognized as Large Business of the Year. I think that was very well written. Thanks, Emily. So, on behalf of the Chamber and Emily and the rest of the community, I'd like to invite Brian Rousey up here. I guess Rob's a little under the weather. Ironically, it's kind of funny that they're receiving this award and Rob's under the weather. Anyway, so Brian, I'd like to congratulate you for
Thank you very much.
all yours, buddy.
Thank you, Dave. Hello. I'm Brian Rousey, the Chief Operating Officer at Rainy Lake Medical Center. I apologize that our CEO, Rob Pastor, was unable to attend due to illness. He was very disappointed that he could not be here tonight. I'm honored to accept this award on behalf of our Board of Trustees, Rob Pastor, and the amazing team of colleagues that we have at Rainy Lake Medical Center. It is such an honor and privilege to be recognized by the Chamber for conducting business the only way that we know how to, and that is by living on our mission to provide accessible, high-quality health care to our communities day in and day out, being our community's trusted and preferred healthcare provider and employer. Strengthening the relationships throughout the community with leaders and frontline staff volunteering their time with the Chamber, the Rotary, the Holiday Parade, athletic programs, Ruby's Pantry, Community Cafe, just to mention a few. We feel blessed to be able to serve such wonderful communities. And we hope that as we continue to grow and provide more services, that we will continue to operate our business the same as we do today. Not for awards, but because it's the right thing to do for our patients, our team of colleagues at RLMC, and the communities we serve. So thank you very much on behalf of the hospital.
Thank you, Brian. And thank you to everybody from Rainy Lake Medical Center who is here this evening to help celebrate this special award. Our last award of the evening is for Citizen of the Year. This year's Citizen of the Year had a trip planned to Montana to visit her daughter and her grandbabies. And so we do have somebody in store to receive that on her behalf. But we're very excited that last year's Citizen of the Year, Mr. Lee Grimm, is here to make that presentation. Lee, please welcome to the podium. Lee is an incredible Citizen of the Year every year. Of course, many of you know him for so many things that he does, including the Christmas dinner, just to name one thing. So we're grateful that you could be here this evening for this award.
Thank you,
Sean?
former mayor and all-star woman leader in our community. Appreciate that. You and Shannon together? Yes. Well, thank you all for being here tonight to honor the Citizen of the Year. And today I went and looked up Milt. Where's Milt Lehman? Where are you, Milt? You're here. I thought I saw you.
Right over there.
Yeah.
Right over there.
There you are. Way to go, Milt. And I went to the bike shop, but he wasn't there. But he was out taking care of business. And but I did get his phone number, and I did call him up, and I said, "Well, Milt, I read your submitted comments about why you chose this person, and it goes as this." I, Milt Lehman, nominate Rana McKay because of her commitment to the community. Rana isn't from here. She's from Montana. And she's got Montana fever, I think, and that's why she keeps going back. But ever since she moved here, she has thrown herself into volunteering for many organizations and events. She believes in community and is quick to point out the positives, and he made that very clear to me, the positives of living here to both locals and visitors. She is truly making the community a better place to live and is a pleasure to be around. So that's what Milt had to say. And I asked some other people too, and I tried to find out a little more about Rana. And well, she has a farmer's insurance business in town, and that's really good because we all, if we need insurance, we have a good place to go. She hangs out at the Elks, I hear, and she has been involved with the bass tournament and other sports, Rainy Lake Sports Fishing Group.
She's awesome.
Yes, Dave said she's awesome. See, that's really good. Fish derby and things like that. She's been a booster for community sports teams. I'm sure she was a sponsor for Icebox Days, and I kept seeing stuff about her, something about the fall school trap team. Anybody fill me in on what that's about?
She's a big sponsor.
A sponsor.
She's also chair of the Community Thanksgiving Dinner.
All right.
703 people served.
There you go. So I think you can see why Milt chose her. And so I think that's really good. Now, she can't be here, but her best buds is Chris Lassila. So I think Chris should come up here, and she's got a lot of stories to tell. And so tell a lot of stories, Chris. Please do that. There you go. Way to go,
This
Chris.
audience, thank you.
Yes, Chris. On behalf of the Chamber, this is for your good friend, Rana.
Yes.
Citizen of the Year 2024, International Falls.
Thank you.
You bet.
I gladly accept it.
You bet.
Thank you. Thank you. So when Rana and I were talking, and she said she was going to be out of town, she says, "Well, you can give my speech." And I said, "On one condition." I said, "You got to keep it clean." She's got a way with the vocabulary, if you don't know Rana. So, and again, as we were saying, you know, she physically can't be here tonight, but she wanted to really make sure that she was here in spirit. So, bear with me as I read her speech. Thank you for this honor. It is weird to think I would get nominated just for doing what I enjoy doing, volunteering and giving. We moved here 21 years ago and have lived here longer than any one place we have lived before. My husband, my dear, dear husband, Tim, I believe that, you know, he and I believe that it's important to get involved in your community, to be a part of your community. Get involved, know your neighbors, and don't be afraid to meet people. I've had the opportunity to work with so many here in town, starting with the Chamber Ambassadors, Basketball Boosters, adding in Rainy Lake Sports Fishing Club, Rainy Lake Medical Center, and the Elks. This encouraged me to seek more on the state level, helping with Special Olympics, and then to the national level of working with the National Parks Conservation Association, the Rose Parade, and my favorite, the Super Bowls. Nothing makes me happier than seeing so many people come together to put on local events. So many people come together to serve the community a wonderful Thanksgiving meal, or the Senior Fish Fry, or the Rainy Lake Sports Fishing Club Derby, and the I Falls Bass Championship, Icebox Days, and the list goes on. There is so much going on in our community. You also accepted me as a business owner. Supporting my business has given me the opportunity to give back by either sponsorships or gift baskets or monetary donations. I appreciate that. International Falls is truly a hidden gem, and we have so much to be thankful about. Thank you for recognizing me for just doing the things I truly love to do. I learned a new saying: if you are going to be a dreamer, you have to be a doer. So on behalf of Ronna McKay, thank you so much. She's very deserving.
Shannon and I were going to make a little head on a stick for Ronna. We had our picture picked out, and then Chris showed us that Ronna had already made one for herself, and we're thinking, darn, we had a much better one. So we went with what Ronna had created. That concludes the awards for this evening. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to those who received awards.